I saw the Vijay, what's the win?
They can start asking questions because we have only 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
So ma'am also has to leave for Guwahati.
Yeah, so I'll just ma'am. So very good evening to our friends from the press fraternity. Thank you so much for coming here for this very short press briefing. As you're aware that yesterday and today there was a workshop on externally aided projects and the overall aspect of building up an institutional system around it and capacity building for states to prepare them to absorb more, at the same time share the different kind of good practices that different states have. So this was the initiative of Honorable Finance Minister, and I'm thankful to her for having organized this and having selected Shillong to be the host city and Meghalaya to be the host state. We will have this very short as a set press conference. If you have any questions or madam, you like to say anything?
Just to say what was the purpose, which has already been covered by the Honorable Chief Minister. See, the idea was that the externally aided projects have shown significant changes in the states, particularly in the northeastern states. And when we talk of externally aided projects, 90% of the loans are completely paid back by the center. The state only bears 10%, which effectively, with the land, with other expenditures, would be about 72 to 74% for the states, and the rest is completely on the center. So it's a centrally funded. About 72 will be center's share, and the rest will be states. So it's a substantial benefit to a state, particularly in the northeast, where the center pays, as I said, close to 75% of the entire loan, and the state's burden is very limited to that extent. So it has a direct benefit in transforming the fundamental projects which are so necessary for the state, whether it is infrastructure, whether it is social infrastructure, schools or education, skilling related. So in the last at least 8 years since after COVID, we found that on the one hand, the central assistance in the name of SASKI, which is given as a 50-year interest-free borrowing to the states, or projects under the externally aided route, have both transformed the states of the northeast. But even as we found that states were benefiting, we thought that the institutional capacity and the ability to convert the projects quickly, in time, and then have a pipeline of projects with which you can keep going on with newer and newer things, were good in some states but were limited in most states of the northeast. And therefore we wanted to have a 2-day kind of a seminar where all the chief ministers gracefully attended, and in it, with the help of those multilateral development finance institutions, we'll talk about how to improve on the capacity within states, and then what are the best practices that can be copied, and so on. So we had this today, and I'm grateful the Chief Minister agreed to host it. And then all others came and participated, except Manipur, which explained that they would send all their officials, but the CM couldn't come. And Arunachal, similarly. So I'll be just attending the valedictory of the 2-day. I understand the discussions are going on very well. In the meanwhile, in the morning onwards, and yesterday before we commenced this program, I've been happy to be part of the launching of one major completed project for dealing with spices in a very, very nice and very well approved processes, which is also funded by the IFAD. And today, for instance, one of the beautiful stadiums I was very impressed because it has that large aura about a good sports stadium, and the children and college students were all there, and the spirit was really very energetic, and that was one of the purposes I had gone to the Jayantia site, and participated also with the GI tagged clay pottery, which is made without a potter's wheel but purely with the hand. I was there as well, and could interact with the community. So my visit, therefore, although centered around the workshop, also had the benefit, like the last time. I could see other beautiful parts of Meghalaya, interact with the people in that region, and so on. So that's where we are. Of course,